Hey everyone, it's Neva with Comforts of Home TV. Welcome back. I'm so excited to have you here today because we're diving into one of my favorite all-time comfort foods, Chicken and Biscuits Casserole. If you're looking for a meal that is hearty, flavorful, and guaranteed to make your kitchen smell amazing, you're in the right place. Let's get our aprons and start cooking. Here I've picked some fresh rosemary and thyme from my garden. I love incorporating homegrown herbs into my recipes whenever I can. They really elevate the flavors and add a personal touch. So begin by spraying or buttering a 3-quart casserole dish like this one and preheat your oven to 425. Here I'm seasoning 2 large bone-in chicken breasts with a touch of salt and pepper, and then a few sprigs of chopped rosemary on top. This will infuse the chicken with such a wonderful aromatic flavor while it roasts, but feel free to skip the rosemary, either way it turns out delicious. In a medium bowl, mix together 2 cups of chicken broth, 1 cup of half and half, and we'll set this aside and we'll use it soon. This recipe calls for a half cup of peas to add to the mixture later on, and I didn't have any frozen peas, so I'm using my Thrive Life's freeze-dried peas instead. They're so handy. They're flash frozen within a day of being picked, which is why they're so vibrant and plump. All I need to do is add a little bit of water to refresh them while I prep the other ingredients. Now we're diving into the cooking part. I melted a third of a cup of butter in this large skillet over medium-high heat. Then I added 1 cup of chopped onions, 1 cup of peeled and chopped carrots, and 1 cup of chopped celery. Sauté everything for a total of 10 minutes until the vegetables are tender. Now this step is optional, but halfway through the sautéing, I like to add a touch of rosemary and thyme, then cook for the remaining 5 minutes to let those lovely flavors meld in. Now that the vegetables are tender, it's time to add a half a cup of flour. Stir constantly for 1 more minute to combine everything thoroughly. Cooking the flour into the butter and vegetables like this is called making a roux. This classic from-scratch technique forms a smooth golden mixture which acts as a thickener for your sauce. Reduce the heat to medium, and with a steady hand, gradually stir in that delicious chicken broth mixture. Keep that spoon moving as you cook over medium heat, stirring regularly. We're looking for a rich, thick texture and a bubbly finish. It'll take about 5 to 6 minutes, so hang tight. This is where it really starts to come together. Now, while that's simmering away, toss in a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper and a 1/2 teaspoon of sea salt. Give it a quick stir. Time to add those gorgeous Thrive Life freeze-dried peas. Just look at how wonderfully they've refreshed. They practically look like they were picked fresh from the garden. I absolutely love having my Thrive Life food stores on hand when I just need a half cup of something. It's as easy as grabbing a can, and then I can store it on the shelf for up to a year. Now we're ready to add in those 4 cups of diced chicken. Gently stir to combine, and then remove the pan from the heat. Transfer this mixture to your 3-quart prepared dish. It's looking so delicious already, and we haven't even gotten to the biscuits on top. Cover with foil and bake at 425 degrees for 10 minutes while we prepare the biscuit dough. I really appreciate how this recipe is designed. While one component is cooking, it gives you just the right amount of time to prepare the next step. For the biscuit dough, start by adding 2 cups of Biscuit to this bowl. And just so you know, this is my homemade Biscuit mix. If you're interested in seeing a quick video on how to make it yourself, drop a comment below and let me know. Next, add a 1/2 cup of grated sharp cheddar cheese. I have to say, this is one of my favorite additions. Add a 1/4 teaspoon of dried parsley. Then give all this a stir with a fork before we add the wet ingredients. Now go ahead and add 2/3 of a cup of the buttermilk. Add more if it looks like the mixture is kind of dry. Don't want it to be too wet, just enough so it'll stick together into a ball of dough. I've added a touch of butter to this small ice cream scoop to help prevent the dough from sticking. This simple step ensures that your dough releases smoothly and easily. And let me tell you, aside from the tasting, this might just be the most satisfying part of the recipe. Adding the biscuit dough to the top is truly a delight, in both fun and rewarding. Now pop it into the oven for the final bake for 15 minutes until the biscuits are golden brown. Comfort food at its finest. It's one of my husband's absolute favorite meals, and I'm thrilled to share it with all of you. I hope you found this recipe both delicious and helpful. Enjoy every bite. I know we did.